What's up, YouTube? I forgot to do the video about this yesterday, something I did. This is a Craftsman, and guy had these sitting there. Well, he had two of them. I took the straight one, and he said it didn't work. I'm going to talk to you about what I did. First, what I did was I took his cover off. Those two screws get the carburetor. You got to make sure this lever is straight for this to pull off. Then the carburetor sits over here. I sprayed it, cleaned it, took it apart. The little flapper I took off, put that back on. Wiped it all off, put it back together, and then you got to put this back on. Then I put the tank on. When you take this off, there's two slots to take the tank off. When I took the tank off, I noticed the lines were brittle, so I thought maybe that was the problem. Well, then I started it, nothing. So here, when I put the tank back on, I pinched the tube, so it wasn't getting nothing on the bulb. Nothing on the bulb. I went and got this tube stuff, Ace. It had both pieces, the skinny and the fat. Now, when I did that and I didn't get nothing, I unplugged it, took it off, unplugged the hoses, took it away from the screw so it wasn't pinched. Then I realized this piece right here where the hoses go in, I took a piece and cleaned them out as well. So then when I put it back together, it started up. So therefore, it might have been the carb, but then it might have been the hose. So I replaced the hose, cleaned the carb, fresh gas. I ran out of wire, but I cut all that. And I cut all that just to see how good it was. If anything, it beats that right there, because that one is a POS. But what I did was, guy bought a house, he was flipping. He said, come over, there's a thing you might want. And I saw two of these. I took the straight one and the curved and fixed it, gave it away. This is what I went for. It's an animal walker. Put your animals in there and take a walk. We have two cats. My wife's always saying, let's take the cats. She got leashes for them. So I did this. I got this. Now, what you might see is the handle and the front wheel. This right here used to be straight this way. I grinded down the pivot so I can turn it this way. Same on this side. Reason was because if it went straight, it was too wide. So I just cut the rivet off and turned them in, and it worked. So as I'm there, I got it tilted. I noticed he couldn't find the wheel. See, my other trailer's right there. And that's what the front wheel goes on. Now this is the front wheel that I adapted to this. See, there's a post right here. It only had one hole in it, so I drilled it through and made it work here. The rubber inner tube is because it would wiggle. Now I put the rubber shim in there, now it don't wiggle. And the reason why I got this one when you flip it, it's a box type one. So if I ever have to use this for trail building, all I gotta do is pop this off and that, and it goes to my bike. Because you can put all the stuff in there, chainsaw, stuff like that. These flip up, shovels and all that stick in there. This one I took that piece off, left the frame. I was going to build a box for this and use it for trail building, but I might just put that back on it and give it to a friend who has kids. So I might not need that anymore. But hey, give me a thumbs up if you like my videos. Hit subscribe. And heck, free's for me. I got 2 free items from a friend who was flipping a house.